Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's speed build is, I think, one of the longest ones I've done on my channel. I'm sorry, I'm going to probably be saying that for a while, but this one was particularly long because I did remember to hit record for a lot of my sessions, and well, a lot of it is me pausing and looking and trying to figure out exactly how am I going to do this. And then of course something else pops up and I was like, oh, I could do this and that. So yeah, and then of course, well, like the last video that I was recording, my laptop had to do updates, so I had to go back in and re-record that whole section again. So if the end is gonna look a little bit, I don't want to put it, a little bit faster, I guess you can say, because I already figured out what I had wanted to do, and so it was just a matter of replicating it. So yeah, it was an interesting, very interesting recording, to say the least. But it's been done. This is, I guess you could say, the how do I want to put it? I mean, I haven't exactly been doing seasonal themed, or like announcing seasonal things, but this sort of a summer theme. I mean, the next one's also technically part of a summer theme as well. With this one in particular, because I had a specific theme in mind. Not only was it summer, but it is Disney's The Little Mermaid that I really had in mind for this. So each of the rooms, as you see when we, this is just, the beginning part, basing this off of a design home house in the design home app. Once we get further into the build, you'll see, okay, certain things that is like, oh, you can tell that's that character. So yeah, and then of course I decided to do a little playtesting, and I did record that, but I'm not going to show it here in this video because it's already pretty darn long, and I do want to keep this under like 30 minutes. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be talking for that long, and I'm going to probably run out of stuff to say. Nonetheless, of course, there's a lot for me to say. I'm sure I can figure out something, but, point is, this is, summary, of course, obviously, and it's inspired by The Little Mermaid. So, okay, see, here's the thing. I do want to tell you all the rooms that are associated with each person, but I also want to wait and let you see if you can guess. So I guess that's gonna have to wait until like the screenshots before I say, hey, this room is for this character. I did do one that was for Cinderella. I'm planning on doing one for Belle. That's gonna be more of an autumn. And then well, technically I want to do all the princesses, but I've only got like 4 major ones right now because I have created characters specifically to go into these houses that are also based on those characters. So, and I'm gonna write some stories on it it's gonna be a while before I can get around to those. I'm trying to work through um, several of my fan fiction right now. Trying to hurry up and get that out of the way. And then I also need to get started on a couple of original stories that I really, really want to get working on. The main one is called Matthew's Universe, and it's going to be posted mostly on Wattpad. If people want to purchase it off Amazon, I can make that an option. But right now, I just want it to be free and easily accessible, and because it's a world building exercise for me, basically. It's a few ideas that I had to just like a story that belongs to each world, and I couldn't find a place to go anywhere else. Then I had this idea, hey, what if I take one of my main OCs and show everyone around, introduce you guys to each world, get you acquainted with the different words and the cultures and the races. And when I say races, I don't mean like, oh, different ethnicities of humans or something like that. No, I mean literal different races. So, like, not just humans, but there's centaurs and fauns, and, probably if there's a mythological creature, you could look it up, and I'm using it. Sometimes it's just the name of the species, or race, if you will. Because, saying species in plural gets a little weird sometimes. But, species, race, whatever. Uh, they, you probably Google all of them and, you know, see kind of what the basis is for them. There's obviously going to be a few differences because, it's my stories. I get to create them all, and, I get to make some changes. I mean, if you're going to have elves and dwarves, you got to make something different so they're not always, the same thing as Tolkien's elves and dwarves. Yeah, well, I mean, since my world doesn't have ants, this world is based on Middle Earth for sure, at least inspired by it. But, you know, I got different creatures and different worlds, like I said. It's still a work in progress. There's a few things that I just haven't quite figured out yet, but hopefully I will get around to it, or at least figure it out soon. And one of the worlds is just giving me a few problems. So hopefully I can figure out exactly what the problem is, and that way I can really get to work on, on all of the other parts. I mean, I want to have this started publishing on Wattpad. What was it? Well, originally September. Sometime in September. Right now it looks like it's going to be late September. Might even have to push it back to October even. It just depends on how things go. Because I also have 2 fanfiction ideas I want to get to, and it's just... On top of that, we've moved. I used to live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and we have now moved to Texas based on my mom's new job. So, I mean, half of us are down here. The other half are still up there. So, there's just been a whole lot going on. It's just crazy. And of course, I gotta now really have to look for a new job. We're finally finished moving into a rental. So, I just... It's been one thing after another, to say the least. And like I said, I still have 5 fan fictions that I need to finish. I am in the final home stretch. 5 chapters left, and 4 out of 5, and I'm about halfway done. Chapter 14 on another one, so it means I got 6 left on that one, and a 5th one. So I'm almost there. Almost there. Getting closer. Thank goodness. But I really need to up my game and just get those written. Of course, it doesn't help. Sometimes I gotta go through several edits, or at least a couple of edits, before, the story flows better. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have this scene in my head. I just gotta figure out how to connect all the different pieces. Anyways, well, would you look at that? I've gotten and, talked a lot. Still not close to finishing. And we're just, getting into the actual rooms. Because I'm just now finished up, or at least getting into the finishing of this little, grotto that I was building. I saw some stuff in the Solani debug menu. I was like, I had the waterfall. I was like, let's do this. Oh, and real quick, before I forget, I did have to, if you had downloaded this from the gallery, I do apologize. I did take it down because I completely forgot to you do the hashtag Jules64. She is the one who created all those paintings, those rooms of paintings, or those walls of paintings, if you will. She did that, and I apologize. I did pull up another room that was someone pulled together all the shells that you can find in the game, and I completely forgot what her name is. Maybe I can find it and then I can post it in the description box below. I don't know, but I can definitely send you to Jules65's gallery page. That'll be in the description below. She's done a whole lot of fantastic art. If you're not already following her, please go follow her. She is amazing. And be sure to hashtag her in your builds, for whichever ones you're using her paintings. So you can properly credit her for the fantastic work she's done. Like I said, I forgot to do it the first time. It was like, it was after I had the laptop shut down on me to do updates, and so I was basically at the home stretch there, and to just get ready to delete the rooms, and I was looking at the rooms. I was thinking to myself, okay, I gotta make sure I do this. I deleted the rooms. It's like, I gotta do it, and I still forgot. So it's just, be sure you do that. Please, please, please. And if you forget, okay, I totally understand. But yes, we're finally getting into actual room decorations, and everything's being put into place. I did bring in some of the sea coral to give each room a theme, so I based it around each coral, so to speak. And it was more of a color theme than anything, except for that rain looking one. I made that room the room where she definitely wants to go to school. And then the orange room, she's more of a fashionista. She's into fashion. The red room, I ended up adding at the very end with the mermaid that I created, who is in that room. She ends up getting an easel. Oh, I didn't show it in the build. I ended up adding it during my playthrough to see if my little grotto worked. It does. They can swim in it. The waterfall looks nice. But oh gosh, where was I going with it? The art easel. I added that during that play. So you're not going to see it in the speed build, but it is in the uploaded, the finished product. That has been uploaded to the gallery. So yes, it's just finally adding in the few final touches here. Get into that home stretch. I did take forever, and it, when I was getting to the final room, which is the third floor, the room on the third floor, which I'm sure you can figure out real quick whose room that is. If you haven't, you need to watch Little Mermaid. But once I got up there, I was just done with it. I mean, I was enjoying this, but at that moment I was just like, oh, I just want to be done with it so I can get on to the next build, because I wanted to do one more build. And, I've been building a lot. Well, the funny thing is I didn't even record all of it, so you're going to end up with quite a few tours rather than speed builds. So those are going to be a lot shorter than this, which I think might be a nice little break. But anyways, so when I get up there, I'm like, oh, I want to get this over and done with. And of course, the computer shuts down to update. And yes, it did pop up with the, oh, remind me in, 10 an hour, and I've been doing that for a while. I completely forgot to do it this time, and then it shut down. I was like, wait, what's going on? I was like, oh, yeah, updates. So, yes, we are finally getting into the very end here. And I do, like I said, you're going to see a lot of moments where I pause, except for the very last segment of the third bedroom, simply because I re-recorded that and I already had mostly everything into place, except for that bed. I still wasn't sure about that bed, and then I just made a decision. And based on the colors of that bed, I sure hope you figure out who this room is supposed to belong to, at least from the Little Mermaid. So, yes, and, more pictures from Jules64. Like I said, go check her out, please, and the showers. So, yeah, I think we're finally getting on into the end. So, real quick, the living room was for Sebastian. Scuttle's got the entertainment room. Eric has the dining room. That's Eric's dining room. Who else would you have in the kitchen? And we've got Ursula in the back corner. That's why it's purple. We got the Eric's advisor is the bathroom next to it. Sorry, buddy. And then you've got Ariel's sisters, Dryden, and Ariel herself. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.